Collecting trading cards is not only one of the nation's favorite pastimes, it's also big business. The industry raked in $1.25 billion in sales last year alone. A 1910 Honus Wagner, there it is, trading card sold for $2.8 million in September. And a Mike Huckabee card, that's the one there, created by Donruss Trading Card Company and signed by the GOP presidential hopeful, already is being sold on eBay. Donruss's sports marketing manager, Scott Prussia, joins us now from Dallas, Texas. Scott, thanks very much for coming in. So how much did Huckabee get?
How much did Huckabee get? Well, I can't tell you that because there's some restrictions on what they can get. But we made a nice little donation to his charitable contribution. And, you know, I'd like to say we did as much as we could to stuff the ballot boxes there in Iowa to help him win. But that definitely helped us a lot.
But I'm looking at the card here, and this is, of course, an unsigned one. But if he came in,
right,
which he's done before to Scoreboard, he's a guest of Scoreboard and signed this for us, could I put it up on eBay for, say, $150?
You sure could. You're allowed to do whatever you want. As long as Mike is okay with it, I think you'd probably get about $150, $200 for it right now.
Really? $150 to $200. Who buys these things?
Well, we have collectors all over the country and even all over the world. You know, the product that just shipped, Donruss Americana, has a lot of Hollywood legends, and they have just a tremendous fan base outside of the United States. So really with the Internet, the way that it is, it's really bridged the gap between collectors and people that are actually purchasing the items.
Now, the interesting thing about you have some very famous people, politicians, but you have kind of the B-list folks, too. You got Hugh O'Brien, you got Gretchen Wilson, you got Wayne Newton. You have a lot of folks who are not necessarily the superstars that you often see. Let me put it up at camera 3 here so you can get a shot of it. There's a picture of Wayne Newton. How much would a Wayne Newton go for?
Well, he was just on Dancing with the Stars, so he's really popular right now. He'd probably sell for about $100.
Really?
You know, some of those B-listers have a tremendous following, and, you know, that's what we tried to tap into with this set, is politicians, astronauts, actors, musicians. It's kind of just a group of as many people as we could put together in there, and it was a lot of fun. And right now, the industry as a whole has been very accepting of it, and it's done really, really well.
Now, here's Hugh O'Brien, by the way. I'll put this one up here, too, see if you can get a shot of that. For those who don't remember, there he is playing Wyatt Earp. I remember in the reruns, I used to love him doing Wyatt Earp. Who gets residuals? Say some of these folks that you have passed on, sadly, but did the people who are living actually get residuals, or their family?
Yes, they did. Actually, what we tried to do is go out and just try to put together as many people as we could, and we contacted them all directly.
I see.
So in a case of a Mike Huckabee, or even in the case of William Shatner or Burt Reynolds, we contacted them directly, explained to them the idea, and they were really accepting of it. They thought that it was really neat. In the case of the estates, we went out and we actually purchased items from the estates and put them onto memorabilia cards as well. So, you know, both sides were really excited. Now that the product is out there and people can touch it and feel it, people are really excited. The feedback's been great. And putting people like Marilyn Monroe and Marlon Brando and on our packaging, Humphrey Bogart, and being able to touch a piece of memorabilia that they wore or get an autograph.
Let's just stop you there. We should emphasize that you actually, on some of these cards, you actually attach a piece of clothing or some other memorabilia, so you get a feel of the person as well.
You do, and that's what's been something that's kind of been going in the sports industry for a while, but it's never been done in the entertainment field. So what we did is we went out and purchased something that Humphrey Bogart wore, and we actually got the suit, the military suit that Marlon Brando wore in Bedtime Story, and we cut that up. So some of the items
How many
were actually
pieces
worn
did you get out of that?
Well, it was in his younger days, so not as many as in his older days. But, you know, we definitely got quite a bit out of it. And to put them on cards and let people touch and feel a piece of memorabilia that was worn by somebody like Marilyn Monroe is just something that you can't, you basically can't put a price tag on.
I have an old Beatles card, by the way, back from the 1960s. How much would that get me, if anything?
Honestly, those old entertainment cards sell pretty well, We actually did a set in 1948 of Star Trek that the individual cards sell for $300 to $500 a piece.
Whoa!
So it's some of that old entertainment stuff. It taps into to some of those old shows, Star Wars and Star Trek and Gilligan's Island and even Married with Children. We got Peg and Al Bundy on there too. So
I'd love to have an Al
Bundy. We did a lot of fun. I'll send you one. We're going to put you on the set next time.
All right, we'll raffle it all away for charity. Scott Prescher, we thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.